everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Collection Comic of the Week. Since this is the final Collection Comic of the Week of 2020, and I think we're all ready to move on to a new year, the book I have chosen for this week is Uncanny X-Men number 318, and pretty much the gist of this story is Marvel was getting ready to launch a new title with mutants called Generation X. It's a new mutant team, kind of supposed to be the younger version of the X-Men. You know, the X-Men used to be kind of this teenage book of mutants, and, they kind of wanted, the X-Men have kind of established themselves as a little bit more of, been around since the 60s, so they were a little bit more an established book, so they wanted to have kind of with the 90s, kind of the young, fresh, hip, sort of counter book to the X-Men, and Jubilee, who was the character who wanted written to have kind of a teenager in the X-Men to be part of everything, and to kind of have that teenage vision and younger vision for the readers. They were going to have her join that team to help bring the group up, at least in terms of sales. It's no different than if you're a wrestling fan who checking out the comic stuff on my channel. Pretty similar to them taking Finn Balor and putting him on NXT, or something of that nature, or taking Kurt Angle and putting him on the ECW brand. Here's somebody that people like. We have this new book. We have something we want to do with the new book, but if it's just all new people, maybe not going to sell. Jubilee, put her there, maybe the book will sell. As of now, I own no Generation X books, so I couldn't really tell you much about how well of a written or how well done of a series that was. If I ever buy any in my travels through comic shops or comic conventions, definitely be happy to share them. But that was kind of the logic for this book at this time. So it's kind of, saying goodbye to Jubilee, but, we'll just take a look at it and see how this book turned out. First, just want to point out, what a really cool cover this is. I mean, it's, really good job, kind of with the sadness with Jubilee and Professor right there. But, just look at the back, it's kind of got, the X-Men family picture, really like Jubilee and Wolverine together. It was really underrated cover, in my opinion. And, come on now. Got a advertisement for Marvel Masterpieces with, a cable. I guess this is like it's a painting series. Okay, I guess that explains the paint right there. So, yeah. Get a general look at the artwork here. This is pretty well that classic 90s X-Men. I don't think it was Jim Lee on art. Yeah, no, not Jim Lee on art. Take a look there, get a good look there. By Scott Lobdell wrote it, but yeah, no. Kind of reminiscent of the Jim Lee X-Men, but I don't see him having any credit there. Advertisement for hockey cards. This is the X-Men were the kind of the king shit book of the, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean it was the shit in the 90s. This is what carried the comic book industry. I don't know what was originally on this. I guess that was a sticker that whoever originally had this book had. Advertisement for Troy Aikman football. Advertisement for Cliff's Notes for Hamlet, and yeah, Well, I didn't expect to see this. I forgot about that. What he said, what he meant, I'm bummed. Okay. Go more. More of the artwork here. Kind of, other than kind of the overarching story of Generation X starting and, Jubilee going to be part of that team, aka help make the book have a recognizable character so more people can buy it. I kind of really couldn't get into the story. I mean, it was okay, but because I wasn't really as familiar with everything else going on, I was a little bit lost. But I did want to point this out. Marvel wants your input. So, yeah, you can fill out a Marvel survey there. They would never... Marvel, DC, or anything in between would never want this to happen ever, because you would just get so many opinions that would clash with the one vision that goes to both companies right now. Multiple copies of the survey. So you can fill it out and go, hey, I want more of this. And they can go, no, you can't. This man there. Jubilee's all packed. There's Archangel. Cool little panel there with him. Yeah, nice little, moment here with Warren and Jubilee. Marvel wants you to be Captain Universe in your own X-Men comic. Now, I would have been all over this. Captain Universe is kind of this, all-encompassing, invulnerable hero. And apparently, if you order the personalized comic for $17.90, as it says right there, you can be made in with your name into Captain Universe. So I've been all over that had I picked up this comic when the deal was going on. That'd have been really cool. And the Captain Universe is also the Spider-Man costume you get on the original N64 and PlayStation game. When you've beat the game on Expert, you can be invulnerable and to all damages when you play through and be Captain Universe. And the only way you can die is if you fall into fire or off of a building. But no other things will kill you in any conceivable way when you have that costume. So that's also pretty cool. Little sidebar there about Captain Universe. And then little Gambit, Cyclops, Scott and Remy here. Little moment there. So they all go outside. There's Banshee. You kind of get the who's who of the comic, or the X-Men characters, and they all kind of say goodbye to Jubilee, and just kind of everything happens for a reason. It's real nice. The dialogue's really good here with how they wrote at the end, and kind of with what Professor X is thinking right now. So yeah, and then a subscriptions list, and then an ad for Weird Science on the USA Network. So, and Mantis on the Fox Network, and that was the Uncanny X-Men number 318. Even in revisiting the book with you guys just now, after I'd already read it once before getting to film, like I said, there were good moments, and there was kind of this sense of, hey, let's, especially at the end with Professor X, hey, Jubilee now gets to grow up, and she gets to go be on her own, and she gets to, do something different. That part was good. And it wasn't a bad book. As a matter of fact, I'd say it was a good book. It's just kind of like I mentioned earlier, I'm not really familiar with every intricacy of what was going on at this time with the X-Men and the X-Men books. So there were some some things going on that I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of confused here. And, I don't have, the 5 books before this particular issue. I don't have, a couple books after to kind of see where certain things were going. I picked this book up at a flea market here in my town, and it saw that it had a conclusion, and it looked at the artwork, looked at everybody involved. I'm like, this is my X-Men. This is the X-Men I like, and I picked it up. If you know what was going on, let me know in the comment section below, or get at me on social media pages. But this was a good book. It had some great art. The end with the professor was great. The moment with Warren and Jubilee was good. Overall was good. Just as kind of some lack of context on my part maybe kept it from being a great book. But if you also own this book, or we're collecting all of the X-Men books at this time, well, let me know in the comments section below and fill me in on some of the finer points. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of comic books, from the world of pro wrestling, gaming, anime, and all things geek culture. Hit me up on social media pages and follow me there at facebook.com/athleticgeeka9, Twitter athletic_geeka9, Instagram athleticgeeka9. And if you'd like to help the channel out financially, hit me up on Patreon. That's patreon.com/athleticgeeka9. Hope everybody has a great, safe, and happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great holiday. And that, I'm out. Y'all be cool.